Hello. Welcome back, everyone.
Yes, welcome back to our fun little podcast.
You want to talk about your mama?
Oh, tu madre.
Madre, tu madre. Puta.
Puta. It is a joke. It is the way all of us come into the world.
Moms are a joke.
Yeah,
it is
your
a joke.
Mom
Oh,
is
yeah,
a joke.
yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he said your mama. Yeah, we thought talking about the women who raised us.
The women who raised us, raised by wolves and women, wolf women.
Some of them were more demon than human.
Yes.
I don't know if my mother would have gone by she, her, but I'm pretty sure she would have. She would have considered herself a woman. I'm pretty sure she was so upset with having to get her breast removed when she had breast cancer. So I assume that she really had attachment to them, you know?
She was attached to her boobs. They
She
were
was
attached to her
boobs, which means maybe she was probably attached to her womanhood. I don't know.
How
Making
old?
a lot of assumptions.
So your mom got breast cancer.
Oh, yeah. Just dive right in, girl.
This is going to be a lighthearted topic. How old was she when she found out?
I think that she was like 46 or 47.
God, it's young.
Yeah, and she had me when she was 43.
Whoa.
Just about to turn 44. I'm pretty
Ouch.
sure. 1990, 47, yeah, 43. Is there,
She's mathing. Public math.
Yeah, oh God, public math. I'm glad this isn't live. Yes.
So she's 43. I am that, and I can imagine having a thing.
A third thing. You know, after your other things are quite old, you know, they're 12 and 14 years old. Why would you opt in to have another thing?
Were you a whoopsie?
I was a very pleasant surprise.
Aha. Nice
Yes.
framing.
That's what my dad, that's what they would constantly refer to me as. And I felt like the specialist little girl in the world. Really,
Nice.
truly, yeah. Because I was just, we're so happy for that. You're just a very pleasant surprise, my darling.
Wow, that's good though. You didn't have a complex of like I was a fuck up.
No,
I wasn't
because my
meant to be
mom
here.
wanted a daughter so bad. And then she got me, which is not a very good daughter. She wanted to dress somebody up and she wanted them to be like, you know, all the girly things. And I was very much so not any of that stuff.
You were a tomboy. She wanted a doll.
She wanted a doll and I was a tomboy. And I have so many pictures of all of these various like mono patterned or like everything matchy outfits. That's just like, and then you also have it juxtaposed with like the outfits that I chose for myself, which were just chaos. And yeah,
So she's 43. She has the pleasant little surprise.
Surprise.
And then she's 4, and then 4 years later?
3.
Three.
I was 3 when she was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember the moment she was diagnosed, but I do know that the only reference that I've ever had in life from the moment that I was like consciously aware, I always knew my mom had cancer and was going to die.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're just like born into a world like, oh yeah, that's my mom. She has cancer. She's dying soon. Or sometime.
Yeah, and then she survived for 15 years.
Which is also crazy.
It's crazy. I've been listening. I probably am going to reference this one podcast every single time we do a podcast.
This podcast will kill you?
This podcast will kill you. They did a episode arc, a series, 4-parter on cancer, and it's fascinating. It's super cool. It's like they go back into like the evolution of cancer and like why it makes sense that it's like just an evolutionary trade-off. Like we to be multicellular organisms, we have to have the risk of cancer, because cancer is just over proliferation of cells. Oh yeah, that word that I like to use so
Proliferate.
much.
She's proliferating again.
Oh, look at her proliferating, pontificating, and moving from single cellular organism to multicellular organism. Like we had to be able to have that like cell division piece. So it's a trade-off. It's very interesting. Highly recommend. But when I was listening to that, I was like, because they're talking about all these various stages of cancer and da-da-da. I was like, I wonder what her stage was. I don't actually know. I think I have like a piece of her. Anyway. Blah, blah, blah.
So 15 years, though.
Yes. I didn't know we were going to. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to have us dive straight into
cancer, everyone.
My bad. Jocelyn's stories are much more fun.
They're so fun.
They're so fun.
Other death.
Actually, this is going to be a really dark episode, isn't it? Sorry, everyone.
Anyone have mommy issues? Because that's what we're here for.
Yeah, tell us. Call in.
Yeah. Hello, caller. Right.
Yeah. 15 years. Only ever really knew that. I don't know. How much
that your mom was dying.
Do I go into that? How much you want me to go into anything?
I don't know. What did it do for you psychologically, you think?
Ooh. I mean, I am a grief therapist now, so I would say it had an impact. But I was 18 when she died. 3 weeks into college. I was on the East Coast. She had like at least 8 different surgeries over the course of her cancer life. She was in a wheelchair for about 5 years. She did radiation. I don't think she ever did chemo. She went to multiple treatment centers. She went down to a treatment center in Mexico for a while one time, and like in Utah somewhere, and she saw so many doctors. But she didn't want to have her breasts removed.
Is that part of what got her? Because she didn't have them? Did she end up doing it?
She did, but she didn't get a total mastectomy. Or a total double mastectomy or anything. So she got one removed, and then had it rebuilt up from like the fat and like muscle in your abdomen. Like that's a thing that they can do now, or then as well, which was 20 something years ago.
Yeah, wow.
And then she didn't want to do chemo because she didn't want. I'm making this part up probably, but I assume she didn't want to do chemo because she didn't want her to lose her hair.
Okay.
She was a very vain woman.
Wow.
Like,
give me my hair or give me death.
Yes. Yes. But I mean, like, I understand it as well, right? Like, it's terrifying. You have no idea what is best. You're trusting your doctors. Like, I wasn't privy to the conversations that they were having, but right. She was very much so like, not losing her hair meant a lot to her. And like, she would spend hours in the morning sitting cross-legged on the ground of her bathroom with a little mirror and just like doing her makeup.
Wow.
Just hours. And as a woman who does not do that at all, none makeup.
Yeah, only for special events like being an old woman.
Yeah.
With a wig.
Yeah. The opposite of my mom. Yeah, it to each their own, but it just kind of blows my mind. But anyway, and then like the last year, it metastasized to her bones. So it was breast cancer, metastasized, meaning that it traveled through her blood or through her lymph nodes or whatever to her bones, and it started to like get on her spine,
Oh God.
crush her spine, get into her hips, all of that kind of stuff. And like once it's metastasized and it's gone kind of that far, it's just kind of like
Once it's in your bones, like you're done. There's no
there's
stopping.
not really much you can do. They really tried. They did a bunch of surgeries, obviously, and they did radiation. But holy shit, radiation fucks you up. Like it's literally like it's radiation.
Right.
You know? It's
Killing cells.
killing cells. So is chemo, but yeah, her stomach was all fucked up, and it's just like, what's the life that you're living,
Right.
you know? And then she was to a point where she couldn't, because it was crushing her spine, like she couldn't move really anymore. So we got her a electronic wheelchair,
Right.
and she was in that for the last maybe year of her life, and then like a week or two into my college career, I get a phone call from her, and I can hear. I was like, she's not doing well. And I put my dad on the phone. I'm like, Dad, you need to be really honest with me. How is she doing? And he's like, well, she's not doing well. This is like one of her more lucid moments, and you know, hospice says it'll be any time. And I was like, okay, well, you should have told me. I'm coming home. And then I went home. We spent a week together. She was mostly not lucid. I just sat by her bed and read and sang her songs. And then she died in a very beautiful way, in my opinion. We had all the kids came together for that week. We all spent time with her. She got, you know, all the love and the care. And then on Saturday, my boyfriend and I went to, my dad gave us a ticket. My dad gave us a coupon to go to this place called El Gaucho. Very expensive steak restaurant in Portland, which you've probably never been to because it's steak.
I have not. No, but I did think about getting a job there because I knew that people tipped well.
Yes. Because it's one of those places where all of the sides are separate order.
Right.
You have to order
just steak. Now, if you want a potato,
yeah.
or a spinach,
or a spinach,
yeah.
One leaf, $12.
Yes.
And I was leaving that next morning because I had to go back to school because school was being a fucking bitch, and they were like, if you don't come back, then we can't keep your spot. And I was like, what the fuck?
Did they understand what was happening?
Absolutely, they did. Yeah.
More reasons why academia is dying.
Truly, it was wild. It was wild. And my brothers left that day, and I was out having dinner with my boyfriend at the time, and it was just my dad and my mom, and at 10:21 she took her last breath, and it was just her life partner and her together. And who knows, there's every possibility that my dad was just like, it's time, here's all the vials of morphine. Right?
Just everyone's gone.
I don't know. But it was like a mercy that she died, right?
Yeah.
Like that, like bone cancer is just
one of the worst ways to go, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I recently saw an image of like actual bone cancer, not like metastasized bone cancer, but like inside the bone cells proliferate. I can't get away from
It's
that
called
word.
proliferative AD.
But it's like these really sharp spikes.
Oh,
it's like a
I saw
star.
that.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I forgot about. Oh, it's so. It's like you have a sea
God.
urchin.
Yes, inside, going into your muscles,
Yeah.
into your
So
fat,
everything's
into
just
your nerves.
always on fire.
And then if you see some of the images of people who have that like on their skull, I just truly take me out back and shoot me.
Yeah.
Like to everyone who has to go through that, who has a loved one, I am very sorry, and they obviously get to do whatever that they want with their life, but like I would not want to live through that.
Just awful.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds
God.
horrible. Absolutely horrible.
What is the best way to die?
Probably heroin.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, quick. Best way to die, quick or in your sleep.
Just give me all the morphine before it's gotten to that
Yes.
point.
That's why death with dignity is so important. And there's only a couple handfuls of states that do it, and of course, they're all on like the coasts.
Right.
But there are a few that are trying to get it in the middle. But
Can you be a resident of any state and then come to a state that offers?
I don't believe so. You
So-
could because it takes quite a while, right? Like you have to you have to showcase like a terminal disease,
Right.
From doctors, and then you have to say that you want to die by this way, like one time, and then like however much longer later, maybe a few months or 6 months or something like that. 6 months feels like a really long time, especially with terminal illnesses.
Right.
But you have to say it twice, and you have to be in your right mind.
Of sound mind. Yeah.
Sound mind. So if you have dementia, sorry.
Woof.
Alzheimer's, sorry. Can't. Yeah.
Somebody else is telling you whether or not you have sound mind.
Yeah. And it can't just be in a state of lucidity during those,
Right.
Yeah, it's, I don't think, I'm not sure if they have some way to know,
Or if they've changed it.
or if they've
Yeah.
changed things, but yeah. But funny story, really quick about my school. So they totally understood and da da da. I went to a music school on the East Coast for college for the first 6 months of my college, and they were like, yeah, absolutely, go be with your mom. And I went and I was there for that week, but like halfway through the week they were like, you need to like, when are you coming back, blah blah blah. Like, your mom was dying. No. Like, well, yeah, but
Is
she's
it
not
done?
dead yet.
It's done and you're
what?
over it, right? Like, get back.
Yeah. And then, also, get back to doing all of your work. Thankfully, we did a lot of stuff. Like, it was from 8 a.m. to, like, 9 p.m. that I was in classes and doing,
Wow.
like...
Because it's performance, a lot of performance.
Because it's performance. So I was also doing, like, stage crew stuff and, like, practice for voice lessons and blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't like it was rigorous. It's not like I was in, like, history classes and math classes. And the most numbers that we did was, like, music theory. So, which is fucking complicated as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I came back. They were just so cold and rude. Like, nobody there also, besides my friends, like, they're all little shitbag 18-year-olds. They have no idea.
Frontal lobe, not yet. Yeah.
And so I decided to leave and not come back at the start of winter term, which was in January. And I still had some friends there, and they told me later on that year that one of the other people that we had been in our cohort, she had gone home for winter break, and she had been telling all these stories about how her mom had adopted like 20 different kids or like 14 kids, I don't know, a lot. And she was adopted, and like all these things with all these, I don't know, a lot of stuff. She was saying a lot of things. There was no reason for us to doubt that they were not true or that they were true. And then she, over winter break, she's like, oh my God, my brother died. I am distraught. I can't come back. And they were just like, absolutely.
What?
Take your time. And she didn't come back for months.
Why do you think the treatment was so different?
I think because they realized they fucked up with me. Because I was very, like, I don't let things go if I feel like injustice has happened.
Yeah.
And so I, like, they gave me flowers or something at some point, and I was just like, this is not acceptable.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to...
Too little, too late.
Too little, too late, yeah. And it turns out that she didn't actually have a brother that died. She didn't actually have any siblings.
Oh my God.
She had been lying about everything about her life, and she was just hanging out on a beach with her friend.
Wow.
But they still let her come back.
And she did. Do you know? She finished? Did you? Or...
So isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Just love the way things go down. But anyway.
They're like, whoops, we're going to get a bad reputation. Better clean this up.
Yeah.
Wow.
But also, they didn't give two fucks if they fucked with somebody from Oregon. There's no, like, deep family ties to important people on Broadway.
Who's your daddy?
Exactly.
Yeah. Does your mom matter?
No.
No, she doesn't matter to us, so.
No, sorry. Yeah. It's funny because when I went there and we were all telling each other, like, where we were from, and everybody was like, oh, I'm from New York, I'm from Boston, and I was like, I'm from Portland. They're like, well, Portland, Maine? I'm like, no, Portland, Oregon. They're like, where is Oregon? I was like, where is Oregon? I'm sorry. Where are you from?
Art
Florida?
school.
Oh. Yes. Public school system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And that was the end of that chapter.
And that was the end of that chapter.
They fucked up.
Yeah, but I'm glad. What can you really do with a bachelor's degree in performing arts?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I got my bachelor's in English, and it's like I did end up becoming a writer.
Exactly.
But it was not my ex at the time was like, you should get a business degree. And I'm like, why?
Don't listen, kids.
Actually, I think a business degree is the most useless degree that you can get. That's my opinion. You know why? Because you learn business by fucking doing business. Let me start my own business, and I'll figure out how to run one.
Fuck yeah.
That's what I did instead. But you can't, like, so many kids don't have any understanding of how to read and interpret literature or, like, an email even. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's sort of like, you loved performing, you loved singing, so you probably would have been a different life.
But I didn't enjoy acting,
which was part of the
dancing, which is the it's like a 3-parter.
Right.
Like, I should have just gone to a vocal only school. I don't know why I went for musical theater. Because it was like, you give me things to read, and I'm like, I don't know how a human would say this. So weird. Anyway.
We are acting now. Okay. You know what a not good way to go would be?
Are you about to...
In the dryer.
Yeah.
Don't
Why do you
die
say
in
this,
the dryer.
Jocelyn?
So I had a lot of different no stories like that. Harrowing, just my mom's dying my entire life. Wow. Mine was gone.
Really quickly, just because I feel like it's bound to continue to come up. Another thing that I got from my mom dying and having that whole like mindset is gallows humor. I'm very much dark humor, very much like, if somebody says something about my mother, I'm like, well, my mom's dead, that kind of stuff, and then make other people uncomfortable, and it feeds my soul. So anyway, I just naming it because we will continue to probably make jokes about death.
Your mom jokes also.
Yeah, and that. So
they're related.
Anyway, they are related. So, a terrible way for people to die is in the dryer.
Yes, in the dryer.
And segue to this through your own experience with a mom?
I am guessing that dying in the dryer is bad, but I guess I don't know firsthand.
I mean, it's absolutely probably not the heat that's going to get you.
Yeah, it's like suffocating and getting banged around when you're cat-sized.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the story of my stepmother who killed my cats in the dryer.
Whew.
And this was, I had a lot of stepmoms. My mom and dad split when I was 7, and so he was a ladies' man. Ladies' man, yeah. A ladies' man with his short shorts. And
I'm sorry.
he had short shorts.
You can't just gloss over this.
He wore
part.
short shorts, like
Every
the 90s.
day.
Yeah, with like a aloha shirt and short shorts, which I feel like
Did he
sends a
have-
different message these days.
It absolutely
But
does.
back
Did he have
then-
a cutoff, like a midriff?
He did not. No.
Damn. If
No
that would have been.
But he does. He likes to cut off the sleeves and collars of his shirts, which I relate to. So because they're irritating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he dated a lot of women when I was a growing lass, and one of them was a beast creature in the form of a blonde woman who bragged that she was Swedish and therefore she tanned easily and she would
What?
go outside. I don't know. This is
Oh.
what she said.
Logic does not.
I don't
fit.
know. She's a Haole woman in the Big Island. That's what I knew.
Yep.
And clearly wasn't raised there, because when you're raised there as a Haole girl, you treat it differently. Your whiteness is a different thing. Than you don't brag about it.
It is not braggadocious.
It's not
It is
something-
something to be ashamed
Yes,
of.
I developed deep shame.
Yeah.
And
As one will.
and then before I knew the terms like privilege. Anyway, whole other episode. But
Yeah.
so I just remember she'd go out and slather herself with baby oil. She smelled like baby oil, and she put her hair in a
Ew.
big knot in the top of her head, and we just sit there sun worshipping. And she was fucking Looney Tunes, man.
She probably has skin cancer now if she's still alive.
I don't know. I feel like the rotten ones don't die
That's true.
the way that they should.
That's true.
They like live forever.
Yeah, it's like
they eat Cheetos and they
do
live
have
forever.
cancer, but it like feeds
of
their heart.
of the soul. Yeah. Yeah, and it just like never it metastasized in how other people experience the world,
Yes. Yeah.
and
yeah.
The darkness spreads. So
This is a very light episode.
so she didn't have cancer. She was cancer, and the nice sides to her is she let me use all her paints. She was a painter. Okay, first of all, the things that she always painted.
Vulvas.
That would have been more on point. Like it was Asian women
Wait, what?
sitting in a window. It was always an Asian woman sitting in a window, like parting the curtains. And that was like, she painted it over and over and over. And I have no fucking clue where it comes from. I never asked. I didn't know.
That's
interesting.
interesting.
And, but she like let me use all her oils and watercolors. And so that was a nice thing to have.
There you go.
That was the upside. And man, this one goes deep. So she and my dad move in with each other, so I'm forced to. And she has 2
How old are you?
children. This one I was 9, 10 until like 12.
Okay.
It was like 2 years that we lived together. They dated before that, and then so she had 2 other daughters. One was a couple years younger than me, and one was about 5 years older, which is the same age as my half sister. So I was like, oh, I have an older sister now, and like I wanted that in my life. And so I would go into the older one's room and like wear all her clothes when she wasn't there, read her diary. This is a slight tangent from Cats in the Dryer, which I'll get to, but I read her diary, and like, spoilers for more darkness. She wrote in this diary, I can't believe he gave me fucking AIDS, and now I'm gonna die. That was her boyfriend,
Jesus Christ.
who used to come over reeking of pot saying, don't panic, it's organic. And he was 10 years older than her. He was 24,
Whoa.
25 to her 14, 15. And she looked older, so like not that that's any reason. She just like, she was 14, but she looked like 19. So, but it's just fucking gross. And
how did her mom care?
It was weird. Like my dad and her, the stepmother, I'll call her Spice, and everything nice. Spicy. They didn't communicate with us. It was like, the younger one didn't know what was going on, and I was like in the middle. So it was like, I hated being kept in the dark more than anything. Just communicate with me. I get very upset because it's like I can't understand. Nothing makes sense. So you know what I'm going to do? Investigate and find people's diaries and eavesdrop and sneak around and like gather my own intel.
Yeah.
If you're not going to tell me.
Yeah.
So
Harriet the Spy.
Yeah, but that's how I found out. Was like her boyfriend gave it to her. She had gotten on birth control without telling anyone, but wasn't using protection. Yeah, and I don't know what happened. Like if it was confirmed or if he just told her. He never came over again after that.
Yeah.
But nobody told us. Nobody talked to us about it.
Wow.
And if we asked anything, it would just be like, tell you when you're older. This is the same time that I was going to go to sex ed in school. And they give you a form for your parents to sign. And I took it home for my dad to sign, and he's like, no, you don't need to know about these things. Like, that I don't, you'll find out when you're older, like that kind of stuff. And I was so upset.
Yeah.
I'm like, excuse me, you don't tell me what's you know how much I read, Father. I read like all of the anatomy books. Like I understood more than probably most adults at that point. Of like,
I don't think that the episode where we say this is out yet, but Jocelyn here was a prolific reader and had a college level reading at 8.
Yeah. 7 or 8, second grade.
So if this
tested.
is 9 or 10, like
yeah, I was vacuuming up books, and that's how I learned, because I was so afraid of people, and like communicating wasn't great, and I felt like I wasn't being told things.
Yeah.
So, and having my mom out of the picture early became like a weird, like, who's gonna brush my hair now? Nobody. Okay. So a lot of shame around my body. So I was trying to understand what's going on with what are the parts and what are they called and what do they do? And oh my God, I have what to look forward to? No.
No.
But yeah.
Also, like we should be learning about our parts and all the things even earlier.
Yeah. And it's like, especially if somebody's going to try to touch you, or it's like, I feel like I'm so grateful nothing like that ever happened to me, because I think I don't know if I would have made it.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
So he didn't sign the form, so I forged it.
Fuck yeah.
I wasn't going to be the second loser kid in the class who you have to leave and go color or something. I don't know what you do instead. But anyway, so that was this whole chapter of my life, and then they broke up. They were like volatile. She couldn't tolerate alcohol. She had a brother who would come over in the middle of the night and knocking on the door, calling for her, and he was just drunk. He didn't really, I don't know what he did with his life, but he came over like drunk. She would have natty ice, natural ice, in the fridge, which is like the world's worst beer, and she would have like a sip. She'd have like half a beer and be a different creature.
Really?
Like, so I'd never seen anything like that. She just was like super fiery, angry.
Was that just an excuse? Because I imagine natty ice probably isn't that strong.
No, it's not. I think it's like one of the lower 3, I don't know, 5% or whatever.
I mean, I know that like some people can have really intense reactions, but it's usually not to their personality. It's usually like they get sick.
Yeah,
no?
like an allergy or like a. Yeah, but hers was. I mean, I've seen it with a person I dated who became a different creature, but it was after binging.
Right.
And it was
which it does.
Yeah.
But like,
that's
crazy.
It was just like, and everything became tense around the house, and it was just like, ugh, she's volatile.
Damn.
And she would start yelling and just like, just like, okay, get away from her. So they got in a big fight one night, and oh my God, this was before we moved in with her. We were just going back and forth to her house all the time. We moved in with her after what I'm about to say, which is they're in a screaming fight. She's like throwing pans, and by the way, yeah, they would just like have sex in the living room while I was trying to sleep.
Jesus.
But like, don't sign the form.
Yeah.
Fucking what? So they're screaming match, and we drive home we're living in a log cabin, and it's like raining that night. Just remember the smell. Like there's a lot of dead toads on the road. So just remember the smell and the sound of the tin roof and the rain. And it was just such a strange night. And then hours go by. I'm in bed, and the phone starts ringing, and it's her. And my dad comes like, we gotta go. Joss, wake up. We gotta go. We gotta go. Something happened. She's calling. So we get in the car, and it's still raining. We drive up there. And it's like a couple miles away from this cabin, and she's outside, and her hair is just going crazy. And she's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened. And then they're going at it. Her and my dad are like trying to figure out whatever they're figuring out. And there's this big carport in this place, the cedar house, and one light bulb and a washer and dryer. And a few months before this, she was trying to get on my good side. She knew how much I loved cats. So she's like, here's Simon and Gray and these kitties for you. So they were like teenage kitties by that point. And so I walk up while they're fighting or doing whatever, and there is the dryer door is open, and there's the cats in there. And that's the only thing I remember being in there, which maybe there was other stuff, but like fucking vividly dead cats in the dryer. And I was just like in shock and was just like, what the fuck? And she later kind of barely addresses me. It's just like, it's an accident. We never talked about it again.
Whoa.
And I never trusted for a second that it was an accident.
Yeah.
And then they moved in with each other.
Wow. So you were forced to live with this woman after that.
Yeah. Just never trusted her. Quite a chapter.
How did you ever try and talk to your dad about that?
So I had to like some things I could talk to him about anything. If it comes to religion or philosophical stuff or how people perceive and see the world, narrative, story, psychology. But when it came to sex ed and dynamics with his relationships with my step figures, I didn't go there. The first time I ever expressed myself was a previous relationship, and I didn't enjoy it. Was a year-ish after my parents split, and like for more trauma bombs people, we moved to the Big Island. We get into a house. The house fucking burns down. We go to a homeless shelter. The lava ate the house. We go to a homeless shelter for women and children. My dad talks his way in there. It's the only place we can go. So we live there for a few months until he gets on welfare, which is then I'm raised on this, and then we kind of house hop for a little while. And so that's like kind of my origin story there. And then he starts dating these women, and I'm very confused. I'm like, well, I feel like my mom must not love me enough because she's not here. And nothing has been explained. And now I'm afraid to ask. Like, I'm going to do something wrong by asking. It's a strange feeling. I didn't know where it came from. And that's why I learned to stop asking and start sneaking.
To figure stuff out.
Yeah. And of certain things I'm going to be told that I don't need to know this yet or whatever. I'd rather just not even bring it up, and I'll go figure out myself, you know? So, so this one he started dating, she was fine, but I felt like I'm not important or something. Is he going to leave with her? I'm very unsettled. And so I walk down in the middle of the night to the bathroom, and it's painted what do you call it? Like the banister, the thing around the door? The door frame?
Door frame. Either one, maybe?
It's painted black over white. And I get a like a pin, a needle, or a pin or something, and a paperclip, and I etch into the door frame, "He loves her more than me."
Whoa.
And I'm going to be alone or something. My dad loves her more than me. And then I walked upstairs and my little heart's going to dunk, dunk. I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Can I paint over it? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Maybe he won't see it. Maybe he won't see it. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And he did. She probably saw it. And he's like, and he comes up and he's like, hey, I love you. And I see you have feelings. Like, it's okay. That was, the only, I did like, please don't talk to me about this. I'm already ashamed.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I didn't really express a lot of these feelings until
And there obviously
years later.
wasn't, like, encouragement to share.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was safe to say, I don't like this. And now I'm stuck in this house with one of them. Like, what am I going to do? Run away? Like, go be in a homeless shelter again? It's like my dad is the only tether I have.
Yeah.
What am I? So it was like it was horrible. And I didn't talk about any of them for years until I told my one friend in like high school. So like a few years later, I kind of talked about them a little, the stepmoms a little bit, and then another 10 years goes by, and I start writing about it, and then I share my writing with my dad. I wrote a like short story version based on the cats in the dryer.
Ooh.
I would share my essays with him,
Mm-hmm.
and I shared that one, and he's just like, "I am so sorry. I am so sorry." That's all he says now. It's like, yeah. It was like, well, I didn't know how to talk about it. I wish that it had been an adult would have helped me figure that out sooner.
Yeah. And, was that the first time you wrote about them?
Other than like journaling or diary, I guess. I probably even was scared that those would be found, so I would be coded. Like, I made code languages so people wouldn't know what I was writing. And I saw this one, Spicy, 2017.
Oh.
I saw her at KTA Supermarket, KTA grocery store there, because that was like my routine. I would go, I'd rent my car in Kona, I would drive over to Punaside, and then I'd go to KTA to go get poke and groceries. And I saw her, and I felt like a little girl. Like, my whole body goes, oh, hide, get my phone out and take a photo. And I sent it to, like, my mom and my dad, and and Amin. I was just like, this is the woman I told you about. I was just like, I did not want to interact.
Yeah.
So I avoided her. But yeah, I was like, whoa, oh my God. I never thought I'd see you again, there's not a lot of people living there, so it's not crazy to run into somebody.
Right. But also, you weren't living there, and so there is a feeling of, I'll never have to deal with this person again.
Yeah.
And also, like, I don't know, psychological safety by telling yourself you'll never see her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This is like, I guess I did start to speak up in a different way with the one after that, who...
As she rolls her eyes.
Oh, yeah. Who my dad married. Let me check. So this went so well that he thought he'd marry... All right, we were at 18%.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. I think...
Don't know what happened. There we go.
So, okay, I'll make it quick. The one after that, he decided to marry. She had a son. We got along until after they got married. And that's a whole other story. But she was working at Kaiser Permanente, and she enjoyed her life, and she was living in Kona. And so they're like, let's get married, and then quit your job and move to the other side, and let's be on welfare together. So I rolled my eyes again. so they do that, and then she's like not doing well psychologically. She's on and off Prozac. She had a little like OCD. She was very, if things got moved, it really bugged her, and my dad would poke at that and like move the spoon the other way because it bothered. Like they were antagonistic after a while.
Again, healthy.
Oh my God, yeah. So she would just like sit watching TV and just like be constantly shaking her leg aggressively. And and I remember the scene. She's like sitting on the chair, agitated, shaking her leg, and right behind her is a painting that Joy made of an Asian woman looking out the window. I'm like, why do we still have that? Spice, I mean, whatever. That's her name. So anyway, she starts getting annoyed with my existence as well, and because I represent the daughter of this person who's driving her crazy. And one quick aside, which is that she had Hawaiian blood, we were Haole, and her family weren't fans of that. So one time another brother who wasn't stable, he did not enjoy my father, and he came over with an axe threatening to kill us.
What?
So that was an episode.
Jocelyn!
Yeah.
What? Let me just throw this in really quickly.
Real quick
at the
aside.
end.
I just gotta throw in this axe.
Just, had an axe murderer, literally. Wait, what?
I don't know how he got rid of him. He didn't last long at the house. My dad like cooled him down or something, like, and she was there and talking him down.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so there's that. Oh, so we had a phone limit of 20 minutes, which I thought was really stupid, because why do we have a limit and you don't have a limit? And I want to talk to my friends.
Yeah.
So I was on the phone. So she would be like 19 minutes or 21 minutes. So the next time you only get 19. I was like, whatever. And mostly I was really respectful, really quiet. I did not talk back. I was just like, I wasn't a talk backer, too scared, And she came into the room. She like opened my door. I was talking to my best friend Nova, and she's like, "You need to get off the phone. You need to get off the phone right now." And I was like, "No, no."
Scandalous.
I know. No, I said no. Did you hear that?
No.
This is my first no. And she's like, "What?" I wasn't a talkbacker, and now I'm talking back to her. And then she's like, "You don't get off the phone right now, I'm going to punch you in the face."
What?
And I was like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?"
Yeah.
And I yelled it, and Nova heard, and I'm like full of adrenaline. And we had a little back and forth, and I was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" Like, you went a step. I've taken a lot from you people.
Yeah.
You people in my life. You mother creatures. And you just threatened to punch me. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not staying quiet.
Good.
So they got divorced.
Good.
And that was the end of that.
They should have.
Yeah.
They should have never gotten married in the first place.
I agree.
That sounded like a bad relationship. But
yeah.
Holy shit, what an escalation. No. Do I'm going to punch you in the fucking face. Holy hell. You know what? Like, I think people in general shouldn't have children.
Yeah.
But like there are like really like the majority of people who choose to have children, even though I don't think that it's a conscious choice, they just do it, which is crazy. They should not be allowed to have children.
Yeah.
That woman, that's not a mother behavior. That's not mother behavior. That's not parent behavior.
Neither
is the one who murdered your cats in
right.
the dryer.
I think they should not be allowed, for sure. You should have to pass something. I don't
Something.
know. That one died. That one's dead now. The
one,
last one. The axe murder brother one. I will punch you in the face one. I think she got cancer.
Oh.
Bookend.
Wow. Well, thanks to all you mothers out there who are good, but also thanks to all you mothers out there who are terrible, because you made us who we are today.
You gave us great stories.
Yeah, you did.
All right, tell us about your moms, everyone.
Yeah.